They sent their best after you. They sent their best to dismantle you, to study you, decode you, dissect you, to find what makes you tick, what makes you bleed. But what truly terrified them wasn't what they uncovered. It was your alter ego. The moment they glimpsed it, they realized they weren't chasing prey. They were standing in front of something far more dangerous. Your strength didn't just intimidate them, it shattered their confidence. They turned and ran, unable to face the abyss staring back. Enter the private investigator. Enter the private investigator, the righteous snoop, the seeker of truth in a world built on lies. Armed with notebooks, cameras, and questions sharper than scalpels, they came expecting secrets, scandals, skeletons, but they had no idea. Your closet is the graveyard. Your cracks are abysses. And your shadows, they are alive. They meant to expose dirt, but they unearthed something far worse. You, not the surface version, the deep, raw, unapologetic consciousness that thrives in chaos. They fear what they don't understand. And people like them? They only understand things that fit into their tiny, pre-packaged boxes, labels, categories, assumptions, neat little files with neat little answers. But you were never built for boxes. You were the hands that break them. You are contradiction in motion. A genius stitched together with scars, a calm storm, a quiet explosion. The kind of paradox that forces people to question everything they ever believed about strength. When they approached your life, they expected to find a messy room they could clean up. Something simple, something solvable, something weak. Instead, they walked into a cathedral made of war. A fortress built out of sleepless nights and silent victories. A kingdom forged from pain you mastered long before anyone knew you were hurting. They expected broken glass. They found diamonds under pressure. They expected a wounded child. They found a quiet sovereign. They expected chaos. They found precision. Because you're not chaos out of control. You're chaos that learned control. That's what separates you from them. To them, chaos is fear. To you, chaos is fuel. So when they knocked on your door, smirking, confident, ready to expose whatever they thought you were hiding, they didn't find weakness. They found a labyrinth, a maze of truths and lies you designed intentionally, not to hide behind, but to test the ones bold enough to enter. Every question they asked led to another hallway. Every assumption they made opened another locked door. Every conclusion they reached fell apart in their hands like ash. Your life isn't a crime scene. It's a chessboard. And they showed up thinking they were detectives, but left realizing they were pawns. They entered expecting to uncover scandal, but what they uncovered was their own reflection. Fearful, judgmental, narrow-minded. Because the moment they saw the real you, the version you keep tucked beneath the public skin, they understood something their egos couldn't handle. You don't fit into their world. You outgrew it. You outthought it. You outlived it. And the pieces they tried to pick apart, those weren't cracks. Those were portals, entry points into a depth they had no business exploring. You didn't break their narrative. You erased it. And in the ruins, all they could see was their own smallness. They wanted to define you. Instead, you defined them. Here's the thing about your alter ego. It's not a shadow lurking behind you. It's the shadow that whispers their deepest fears back to them. It doesn't play by their rules. It rewrites the game entirely. When they stared into your abyss, the abyss smiled. Because you're not a rabbit being hunted. You're the lion in the tall grass, watching, waiting, deciding. Truth. They couldn't handle people like the PI worship truth. They claim it will set them free. But your truth, it doesn't fit their narrative. Your truth is a double-edged sword, raw, unfiltered, dangerous. Each scar on your soul is a testament to battles fought and won. You wear them like armor, not ashamed, not broken. They looked for shame. They found pride. They expected cracks. They found strength that rattled them to their core. You're not villain or hero. You're something far more dangerous, an enigma they cannot categorize. Freedom terrifies people. They pretend to want it, but fear its responsibility. True freedom means owning every scar, every failure, every choice. You've embraced it all. You turned fear into fuel, and now it powers a wildfire they cannot contain. They'll label you dangerous, unhinged, a threat, but when they say dangerous, wear it like a badge of honor. The dangerous ones are the free ones, the ones who refuse to be controlled. You are the storm that breaks their certainty, the wildfire that burns their comfort zones to ash. They can't stop you because they can't even understand you. They thought they were hunting a monster. Instead, they found their own reflection, twisted by fear and envy. The PI's determination, their righteous curiosity, all of it collapsed the moment they glimpsed the real you. They thought they were the puppeteer, but you had no strings to cut. You move by your own rhythm, your own chaos. When they tried to map your mind, they got lost. Every step, every assumption, every piece of evidence only dragged them deeper into the labyrinth you built, not to trap yourself, but to ensnare anyone foolish enough to think they could decipher you. They expected guilt. They found conviction. They dug for flaws. They met resilience. Their fear turned into awe. Because people like you don't just live. You thrive in the shadows. They came to dismantle your story. Instead, they drowned in it. Every scar became a story, every betrayal a lesson, every battle a crown. They realized too late that your truth was never hidden. It was simply too powerful for them to look at directly. Your truth isn't a balm, it's a blade. And when it cut through their illusions, they ran. They'll never forget you. You scorched your silhouette into their psyche. They'll call you dangerous. Good. Be dangerous. Dangerous means unstoppable. Dangerous means free. Dangerous means refusing to shrink for anyone's comfort. You are the storm they failed to classify, the unknown they couldn't prepare for, the anomaly they tried to diagnose but never could. You didn't break their rules. You rendered their rules irrelevant. They weren't just investigating you. They were investigating their own fear. Their fear that life is bigger than their small worldview. You shattered their foundations, their categories, their moral boxes, their sense of order. They'll cope by calling you too much, unstable, or dangerous. But deep down, they know the truth. They envy you. Your scars, your freedom, your refusal to fold. You exist beyond their courage. And they hate you for it because they wish they could be it. Your alter ego isn't a mask. It's your armor, your sword, your symbol. And when they fled from you, when they muttered excuses, when they pretended they weren't shaken, that was your legacy being carved into them. They'll remember you forever, not as a threat, not as a villain, not as a puzzle, but as the storm that rewrote the sky. You are not meant to blend in. You never were. You walk into rooms and command them without trying. You don't need attention. Your authenticity is its own gravity. You're not dangerous because you're wild. You're dangerous because you're free, free from approval, free from control.